So Mel, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel like a rock star. Yeah, superwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about who were you before this program, like emotionally, mentally, physically, like who was Mel before today?
Mel before today. I just turned 49. Yep.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, I think. I had been experiencing for the last couple of years pretty serious menopausal symptoms. You know, the brain fog, the mood swings, the irritability, the night sweats, the power surges, my body likes to call them, right? All of the above. To the point that I actually went to my doctor, and he said that I had perimenopause and that it was quite common for women to go through, you know, all of these symptoms, sometimes years before they actually go through menopause. And basically to suck it up because you're of an age, right? So that was a bit disheartening.
Yeah.
And then of
course,
course,
I hear that a lot, right? I mean, I think that is so common. I think women end up going to their physician and they get dismissed. And how did you feel in that moment when the physician just said, like, suck it up, sweetheart, you're 49.
Exactly. I felt, oh, well, I guess, you know, I'm old now and why should I care anymore?
Right.
You know, it was that kind of an attitude.
So what caused you then to go from, I'll just accept this, to reaching out and saying, I want to do this program?
Well, Brian and I, we sold our house 5 years ago. I quit work and we started traveling full time. So life was going along great. I was probably putting a few pounds on as I went along, right? But things were going great. COVID hit. And like everybody else, I mean, we were stuck then. We had to come back to Newfoundland. We don't have a home here anymore, so we had to rent a place in St. John's. So we just holed up for the winter and, you know, waiting it out like the rest of the population. So I think that it was then kind of, you know, the wine and the food becomes a little more frequent. I'm more stationary. I'm not moving around as much. It's cold out, all that sort of thing. I haven't spent a winter here in 5 years. So
okay, a big change, yeah. So COVID set in and you were hibernating.
For sure. And I just knew that I was on a real slippery slope. As I said, I had some weight on anyway, and I was like, I am not going to be one of these people, right? I heard this COVID-19, like 19 is the average amount of pounds somebody,
true. And
right?
most people did, right? 19 to 20 pounds, most people did.
I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I started back in December, and I always used to do yoga, but I started getting really serious about it. I was doing it every day. My husband joined me. We stopped drinking during the week, you know, because every night you're into 2 and 3 glasses of wine. I mean, it's embarrassing to even say it, but that was the way it was. So we started eating a bit better. We cut it out, you know, and I managed to lose 8 pounds, but then I got stuck. And I just couldn't move, and that's when I reached out.
So what propelled you to make that call? Was it just like, I'm stuck, like why me, why this program?
I saw your post on Facebook, and of course I knew you from before, and I just knew I had to reach out. I think it was your approach, Courtney. It was more, you know, losing weight with the idea of a lifestyle change in mind, you know, truly, as opposed to, and balancing your hormones, you know, and dealing with some of this crap that I'm going through, as opposed to that, you know, get bikini ready or shred 20 and 20, you know, like that kind of thing.
That's right. Yeah. But I just remember, Mel, when you reached out, you said to me, you're like, 90 days, Courtney, I don't know, right? And I had known you before, and I said, okay, let's do 8. And in the back of my mind, I said, I'm just gonna get her to do the 8, because she's gonna continue after, because my goal for you, just like you said, the lifestyle, was that you were gonna be traveling, and you said, but after 8 weeks, I'm gonna be traveling, we're gonna go back to Halifax, and there was all this stuff happening. I go, but this is why I want you to stay, so you can learn. And do you feel like, because I mean, you did a lot of traveling, Mel, like, you traveled a lot during this whole process of getting ready. I mean, you just did a bikini photo shoot. And you did it in the middle of summer when most people gain. And you did it while you and Brian were traveling a lot. So you really...
Well, like you said, it was a 3-month program, the HOT program. And the first thing I thought to myself is, oh my God, that's a big commitment. And we had a trip already scheduled to go to Nova Scotia for a month. With a known quarantine, so we had to isolate for 2 weeks when we got there, and then another 2 weeks coming back. And we had to move in and
You
around
moved,
that
that's
as well
right.
because we had to rent an apartment and we brought everything in and had to bring everything out. So there was so much going on in that 3-month period that I was like, I'm really afraid if I start this now, I'm just not going to be able to stick with it because my routine is just all over the place.
It
right?
wasn't perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Your lifestyle wasn't perfect, but you did it.
But here we are, and I went way past the 3 months.
That's right, that's right. And
Yeah.
now you're bikini ready.
Yeah.
Did you think that this is where you would be when you initially made that call?
No.
Did you think that you would
No.
be here today doing a
No.
photo shoot?
Absolutely not. No.
So what
No.
would you say to a woman who's 49, who's maybe sitting there thinking about joining this program? What would you say to her?
Don't hesitate. Do it. Do it for yourself. You know, like if you're willing to put the work in, you're going to get the results. You got to trust the process. But if you trust the process, you will achieve your results. And with your help, but not just yours, Courtney, the people, the women that are involved in this group are amazing. Like the support they've shown me and each other is just, it's incredible, right? And I guess, like, what do I say? Like,
it's really, I think I've said it before, like it's 50% support from me, 50% from the community.
Yeah.
So trust that you're not alone, right? Because you embarked on this journey initially,
Yeah.
8 pounds on your own, but you're like, okay, I'm stuck. How do I get unstuck?
Yeah.
Let's get a coach to help. Let's be surrounded by women who are doing this right along with you.
Yeah.
And it's really, it takes, right?
Yeah.
It takes a team, it takes a community.
I think a focus too, just on self-care. Like a lot of women, when we think self-care, we think that's, everybody wants to look better and lose a few pounds and that sort of thing, right? But it's not selfish and it's not vain. It's self-care or self-love, right? And I think you owe it to yourself just to be your best self.
And you are radiating self-love today. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.